Okay, everyone. So just to share a small thought before we go into Kabbalat Shabbat. This week's Parsha is Parshat Shemini. And the time period in which this week's Parsha is taking place is the 8th day of the process that leads to the starting point of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle. We've had a week that we read about previously. We've had 7 days where the Kohanim have been inaugurated into the work that they are going to be doing in the Mishkan, latterly in the Beit HaMikdash, in the temple. And they've had 7 days of practice. And now tomorrow, when we read this week's Parsha, we will start with Bayom HaShmini, the 8th day. And it's quite interesting to note that you would think that when you are finally having the grand opening, that would be referred to as the first day. It's day one. If we were waiting and counting down for the opening of a brand new restaurant, so you'd also have a few days of preparation while the waiters and the waitresses and the staff and the chefs and the kitchen staff and everyone gets used to it. You'll maybe have a few bit of a soft opening, a few guests to come and enjoy and see what it's going to feel like to have the restaurant open. But then when the restaurant eventually opens, that's day one, surely. And yet we see that the opening of the Mishkan, the day on which the service in the Mishkan actually starts, is known as the 8th day. And there's an amazing idea that comes out of this. You see, Hashem doesn't just value the results. The fact that he writes in the Torah that day one is actually day 8, is actually the Shemini, is because there is merit, there is content, there is emphasis on the preparation and the effort that went in to getting the Mishkan, the tabernacle, ready for its use. And the same applies with everything in our lives. Hashem isn't just waiting for the result. Hashem is not just waiting for us to succeed. We don't always succeed, but in Judaism, we get the points for trying as well. What an amazing message to constantly think about when we live in a world which is so measured on results, which is so based on people's ability to succeed in tests and examinations and the ability to succeed in business. And if a person isn't producing the same output as others, then their very career could be at risk. And yet the Torah is telling us in this week's parasha, the effort counts. It counts when people make the effort as well. I think that's a beautiful idea. It's a short idea, takes us into Shabbat. I wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom, and we look forward to having you all back in our shul, day one, whenever that might be, whenever it's safe for people to be back. It won't just be day one, it will be a culmination of all the effort that has gone in, all of the things that have been going on behind the scenes to be able to bring us to those occasions. Please God, it should come soon, but only in good health and in happiness.